Hello my heroes, and welcome back to my Heroes Quest channel. I hope this video finds you well. And I'm a creator and a founder of my Heroes Quest, Julia Dars. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time and watching this video. Today I would like to talk a little bit about Neurographics. This is a primary tool that I'm using in our quests, in the coaching, in self-discovery, in self-development, in self-empowerment. Neurographics is a very interesting tool, and it's been discovered by my professor, Pavel Piskarov, approximately around 2016. It's a scientific method. I think we have around 75 dissertations written on this method, and it combines science like psychology, sociology, philosophy, and of course neuroscience. So what is Neurographics? Of course I can tell you everything about how it connected to the brain, how can we rewire our brain, and by rewiring our brain, don't get me wrong, don't get scared. It's just certain limiting beliefs, for example, that we have that makes us behave in a specific way. Let's say you don't want to do certain things, but then you find yourself doing them anyway, just because your brain has neural pathways or neural connections, and they wire in a specific environment. Something triggers you, whether it's emotion or thought or feeling, sensory input that also could trigger certain brain neurons firing together. Thus your brain already knows, right? If you learn it from a very beginning, from your childhood, if you learn how to behave this way, your brain knows the road, how you should react, right? And that's why sometimes it's very difficult in certain situations to just stop and observe and rewrite it and do it in a different way. For instance, I'll just bring you an example how it works. When you go at work, for example, you sit in your car, you're taking the familiar road for you, because you already know. You don't even have to open up your Google Maps or Waze or whatever you're using for directions, because you know the path and it's easy for you. You don't want to go and explore. In a way, even if Google Maps or Waze will offer you a new direction, right? Sometimes you see like view roads, and you can have different roads, and you see the one that unfamiliar for you. You don't want to risk it. You like, I'll take this road. I know already how it goes. So the same way, think about the same way is when it comes to our behavior and our reality. When we create our reality, your brain already has so many different patterns that it wires the pattern without you even kind of like knowing it. It's easy. It's energy saving, and it also knows approximately that it's familiar with the result of what should come out of this behavior. Neurographics. Why is it so powerful? If you wanna, for those who are very scientific people out here, you can definitely Google it and just go. I've done that research for myself because I was that person who kind of like needed some sort of a scientific factor and explanation of, well, why does it work this way? And I found all the dots and I connected all the dots for myself. However, I don't want to talk about this in this video because I just want to give you, and I think for you it will be more beneficial to kind of know, well, what is it for you? How is that you can use this tool for yourself in your journey and create your reality and rewire your patterns and change your limiting beliefs and actually start creating the reality that you always wanted. Neurographics basically, first of all, it's integrational tool. What does it mean, integrational? Integrational means that when we in the process of our session, for instance, we always reflect on how do we feel this moment. Does our body have certain maybe tension? Maybe you have somewhere in your stomach, it's like pulling it. We watch our body, we reflect on what we feel inside. We also reflect on, because during the process you have an intention, right? And you start drawing it, and there are a lot of things coming out of you because it's more, you so focused and you have the hand-brain coordination. So it's not so much of your, logical brain working, you tapping into the subconscious and further, deeper into the session, more and more insights, memories are coming out that you may even forgot about, but by this time. You're working with your subconscious mind. This is where everything happens. You've learned it. It's passed through generations, through 7 generations, and it's already a scientific proof. If to give to you example, like mother, like daughter, right? So we say that, I'm repeating a path of my mom. When we in the session with Neurographics, we start actually reflecting on what is coming out. What does this thought mean? Why do you think this memory came out of this particular way? If you feel resistance, and it's always the case, when people start drawing neurographics and start working with the method, they, because the line itself, it doesn't repeat itself on each way of its movement. So let's say I'll show you these. For example, you see the line, it's not a pattern. You can't say that every line is the same, every line is different. So when we're doing that, we're kind of breaking that pattern of behaving in a way that we already know. So a lot of resistance come up, and that's the growing part. That's a very important part, and we need to integrate. We need to reflect on, well, how does this relate to my topic? If I'm working on my relationships, and all of a sudden on a certain step, there are basic steps of the algorithm. On the certain steps of the algorithm, I feel that I want to rip it apart or throw it away, or I don't like it. As a facilitator and a coach, I will ask you, well, how does this relate to your topic that you're working on, to relationships topic that you're working on? A lot of people discover things that they've never even noticed for themselves. Never ever they could have thought that this is the root why their relationships, let's say, they don't work. We start kind of digging deeper and deeper. And in the same way, why I love this method so much, because it's not boring. First of all, look at these beautiful drawings. It's amazing. You taking something that bothers you, and in other videos I will tell you which topics can you pick. Literally any topic. I recommend starting with limiting beliefs, just because that's the root of everything. But coming back to how it works, you have that topic that bothers you a bit, that maybe you got stuck, that nothing is changing, and maybe over the years it's actually getting worse and worse, and you creating something beautiful. That's you creating it. It's you changing the connection between relationships are bad, or I'm always getting hurt, or there's always a heartbreak, right? I'm giving you just an example. And now you actually start feeling satisfaction. You start feeling harmony with that topic. What happens is that your brain rewires that connection, and it's weakening it. And now the new pathway is created. Sometimes we do need to work on the same topic for several sessions, because if you've been this way, let's say for 30 years, for 35 years, then it definitely will take some time to rewire this. But absolutely everyone, and I'm not gonna hesitate saying that I had no experience in my coaching career with my clients or my students that would say, it didn't work for me, or nothing changed. usually from the first session, and you can follow us on Instagram, My Hero's Quest, and you can see reviews that people left for us, which we're definitely very, very thankful for. They would say, oh my God, this one session literally changed. And it may sound cheesy for you, because I also did not believe in this. It took me quite a while to actually put my trust into it. It actually changed my life. I'm a different person right now. I feel differently. And again, it has to do with a lot of why scientifically it works, but also with your inner world, with the subconscious mind, with the energy that is being created around the topic that used to bother you, and now you feel differently. So you have that hope, you have that vision, you see for yourself that, well, maybe it's not too late, maybe I'm not lost, maybe there is a hope. And what's more important than just feeling that one change, one shift in your state of being, for you to wake up next day and be like, I am actually feeling great, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I know that I've suffered a lot. I've been through a lot of pain with my partners, or in my career, or in my financial situation, or anything like that. But now I'm actually, first time in my life, I'm feeling that I want to explore more. Now with this comes a vision that you haven't had before. So if that was the case with you, with your ex-partners, for example, and you've been always in toxic relationships, because you have the system in your brain that filters out a lot of things and knows what is showing you. So you may even didn't see a different options for yourself. All you thought is that all men are this way or women are this way, and there is no hope for me anymore. Or you went through a very difficult divorce and painful divorce, and you're like, that's it, it's no hope, I'm not doing it anymore. But closing your heart isn't an answer. It's not the way. Just that feeling, forget about all scientific explanation, forget about this. Just that feeling alone worth trying this. I'm gonna tell you from my personal experience. The moment I started working and learning neurographics and becoming an instructor and facilitator, and I've studied very hard because I saw this as my only way out. Like, that's how much I was, hard-headed about the fact that I'm just not here to experience long-term happiness. It's just not gonna happen, and it's always been something wrong. And it's just because the filter in my head over the time, over the past traumas, over a very difficult divorce, painful divorce, heartbreaks, poverty, career change, moving so many times, losing apartment, losing actually any hope for stability. Over the time, my brain developed pattern of reactivity. Every time something like this happens, instead of like, hey, all right, that's a new way, God is showing me, universe is showing me that, oh, maybe this is not my path, and all I need is just to open my eyes and be open to whatever is coming for me. But I was resistant. I was like, no, I'm gonna only take what I know. And for years and years on end, I was doing the same thing and expecting different results, until I discovered neurographics. It started becoming very obvious to me that I am indeed a creator of my reality. I am indeed a hero of my journey. And it's nothing else that can happen to me. I am here and I am in charge. And with the help of God and universe, my subconscious mind, collective subconsciousness, the energy, I'm able to create that reality for myself. And I can tell you that I'm in a way different place than I was a couple years ago. And the change is so fast. Not stating that psychologists or therapists are worthless, but I'm gonna tell you that I've been into therapy and I did not gain anything out of it, except of maybe, minor understandings of my past and why I'm feeling this way. Does it help me? No, like at one point I gave up the wanting of let me find out why did it happen to me? Like why? Oh, it's my parents. Oh, it's my school. Oh, it's my peers. Oh, this is my ex-husband. But so what? Okay, now you know. Now what? Now what are you gonna do with this? But still, the reactivity was there, and then to change it in the moment, to react differently, was quite difficult. When I started Neurographics, I realized how much more aware I am of myself. I've learned, and in this channel we're gonna give you different tools that I've used over these past like 9 years to become more aware, to become more conscious, to actually feel my intuition, to actually see the signs. And it's not a woo-woo thing, it's real. You can see if you, let's say, mad or angry, you can see a specific color and a vibration to it with a specific equipment. We all have, somebody calls it aura or electrical field. Now, if you're like vibrating on those low vibrational emotions, you're gonna attract the same because you simply don't even see other things and they don't stick to you. So changing that state, changing that thinking, feeling to the like, hey, maybe that's what I feel is not really real. Maybe I feel this way because that situation, traumatic event happened to me. And obviously my body expressed certain emotions and now it linked to it. Maybe this situation isn't that. Maybe there's another way. This is what Neurographics is. This is how you take the tool, and for me the change was so fast compared to what I've been with therapy and certain plant medicine and stuff like that. That's the fastest way, because honestly I love life, and I think the love to life came back to me not so long ago after certain trauma and pain and drama in my life, that I don't have time to go to the therapist 1 time per week, sit there for 2 hours, and then hope that something gonna change. I'd rather do this, put it on my wall, and I feel like a creator finally. That's what I wanted to tell you about Neurographics. Not from the scientific perspective. Really, I really don't care now. I really don't care, you know, if that's if there, you know, dissertation written behind this. And if it wasn't, you know, I wouldn't be like, I don't care. It works. It works, and I see the results. I see the results of my clients. I see the results, how they change dramatically even after 1 session, which became normal to me. I see the mystical or magical, whatever you want to call it, or unexplainable experience happen to me, to my clients. And I'm not surprised by it anymore, because for me, it became normal. It became normal that I can read signs. It became normal that I can intuitively feel the path and the right, correct direction. You know, it became normal to me that I gave up anger, for example, and I just don't operate on that anymore. That's what happens. You create the career, you attract your business, you attract right people. It's just that flower that's kind of opening up for you. This is what Neurographics is. So please, if you like this, if you feel that this is something that you've been looking for a long time, subscribe to our channel. Please share this video. You know that how it works on YouTube. The algorithm kind of supposed to see, and as we are new here, and obviously it's gonna take some time, but I'm so passionate about sharing this with other people. I so want to share what I have. I so want to share and serve, because as I said in my previous video, there's nothing left for me, and that's where I see, you know, my purpose in my life, because I've been through all of that. I suffered tremendously, and I couldn't find anything that would work. It was like a temporary thing that, like, boom, boom, okay, I'm good now. And then 2 days ago, oh my God, I lost it again. Leave your comments below. If you have any questions about neurographics, or you would like to schedule a free consultation to see if that's a good fit for you, because again, I'm not saying that it wouldn't work for you. I'm just saying that maybe at this time of your journey, you're in a different level and you need to do certain things before you do that. Maybe. I haven't had that example in my life with my clients or students, but I just also don't want to be, like, no, it's just for everyone. I just want to give you the information. I'm gonna leave all the links here. Follow us on Instagram, and I'll be posting videos and some educational content here as well on neurographics. Thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for taking the time. As I said in my first video, these videos are not gonna be short. I want to bring back the depth. I want to bring back deeper exploration of yourself, so you know that what you see in front of you right now, and if you're in the state of despair, that it's not the end. So you can see it differently. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button down below. Subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much. And until the next time.